Hey everybody, Cornfed Lady here, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of our 2-acre homestead here in central Illinois. Now, in case you're new to our channel, primarily everything we do here on our homestead involves growing some kind of our own food. So we grow plants and animals to get all of our meat, veggies, and fruits. So let's talk about some of the animals that we raise here on our homestead as a source of meat or other types of protein. First up in here is our rabbit center or our rabbitry center. This one is a male breeder named Coco. We've got a couple females back here, Beebs and Midnight. These two girls are actually getting a little bit old. They're getting ready to retire pretty soon into the rabbit yard. They will get to live out their lives naturally out there. And this one is a pet rabbit named Nibs. It was supposed to be a full-sized male breeder. It turned out to be a female mini Rex. So, she's just our little pet rabbit, Nibs, and she hangs out in here. Yeah. And on the other side over here, we have another trio of rabbits. So there's another pair of females, Brains and Pinky, and they have a male breeding partner, Chunky Bunny. And those breeder rabbits in the shed there provide us with meat in the form of their offspring. So as we breed those older rabbits, they give us offspring, which we grow out in these lawn tractors. We just kind of scooch them down the lawn. They just kind of drag. They're real lightweight. And once they've gotten big enough, which takes about 3 months or 11 weeks, at that time we will take them out in the backyard and butcher them ourselves. And we keep them in a freezer in the basement. And I usually cook them up in the crock pot with some potatoes and carrots. They're really good. Their meat is comparable to chicken breast meat. But you can't sustain yourself on rabbit meat alone because it's so lean and fat-free and high in protein. You need something with a fatty source also, which is why we also raise pork on our homestead. So we've got 4 breeders here. These are the Kuni breed of pig. They're smaller and more friendly for a homestead. They don't tear up the land as much. They're more like pets than wild hogs. This one's name is Shirley, and Laverne, I'm guessing, is somewhere out there in the woods. Over here we've got a couple of boys. This one's name is Wayne, and this one's name is Wilbur. And they had a little fight yesterday, so looks like they're healing up. They had a little cut on their lip right there where they'd been biting each other. And you can see Wayne's ear is a little bit red over there. They had a little tussle. These two are brothers. They're litter mates, so they've known each other their whole lives. Sometimes, though, they have little scuffles and determine who's the boss, which at this time is Wilbur, this bigger one here. There's Laverne. Again, the girls are Laverne and Shirley. So we named them after the TV sitcom. Laverne is just a sweet little angel, and Shirley is kind of a hyper little thing. And these two are not directly sisters. They are from the same farm, but this one's actually a little bit older. She's the same age as the boys, and this little one here, Shirley, is a little bit younger. So we're going to wait until Shirley is of age, and then we're going to breed all 4 of these pigs, and we'll be able to grow our own sustainable pork. Okay, and those are just 2 animals that we raise on our homestead for meat. Now I'm going to show you the 3rd kind of animal that we raise for meat and other sources of protein. So we also keep chickens on our homestead, which could serve as a source of meat, but we use them primarily as a source of eggs. And we get fresh eggs every day from these girls, so it's a continual, sustainable source of protein. And the chickens aren't the only ones around here that produce egg and could be potential meat. We have another set of birds out here too. All right, let me take you on back and show you the last group of animals that we raise here on our homestead for meat. Hey, pigs. So the other group of birds that we have out here are the turkeys. And turkeys can also provide us with meat and or eggs, which we could incubate to make more turkeys, which could also be meat or produce eggs. So those are the 4 animals that we raise for protein on our homestead: rabbits, pigs, chickens, and turkeys. Now, we also grow a bunch of plants for the rest of our food, which includes veggies and fruits. So let me go ahead and show you what we've got going in the veggie garden, and then I'll show you our fruit producers. Okay, so I've made a couple of videos about this veggie garden this year already, but this is just kind of an update if you've been following along. So the potatoes are coming in real nice all the way down to the end there. I do need to still put a little bit more straw or hay on top. I went ahead and installed some strings. I've got 3 strings going across between stakes placed about every foot around the edge because we were getting real strong winds and it was just kind of blowing all the straw and hay off. So I've put these strings in here to help hold the straw in place when I do add a little bit more, probably in a couple days. And the first row in the woven cloth area here is carrots, and you can see they're already coming in. They look like little grassy things when they come in. And like I said, this will come in nice and thick, or it should, like a chia pet, like a little carpet of green. And the row after that is supposed to be lettuce. I haven't seen any come up yet. They were kind of old seeds, so I may need to reseed the lettuce row. The row after that, we've got some spinach coming in right here. Some of the yard bunnies have been nibbling on our spinach, so it's kind of sporadic through here. Some of this is weeds. And the other end of this row is our red or Chinese cabbage, and you can see it's already coming in some pretty good little clumps here and there down the row. So hopefully we'll get some of that cabbage. Again, that's the kind that they cut up in your salad. It's like little purplish red squigglies. So we're gonna grow some of that to be able to cut up in our salad. And the next row after that is our kale, and it's coming in beautifully. Kale never has trouble growing out here. It always comes in real nice. And then I've got 3 rows of beans. These are all bush beans. The first row is Providers. It's a green bean. The next row is a yellow wax bean. And this third row of beans is called Dragon's Tongue. And it's like purple and white speckled. So they're kind of cool looking. And the next row after the beans is our sugar snap peas. Now these have started to grow, and some of the critters have started nibbling on them here and there. So I'm not sure how much we're gonna get out of these, but you can see some of them are trying. They're trying to grow up and vine up something. And I am gonna put a trellis in here, especially if we get at least a few to grow. I'm gonna put just a small, simple trellis for them to climb up. And the next 3 rows after that, I planted some tomato seeds just recently, so they haven't come up yet. And the row after those, I planted some pepper seeds. Again, they haven't come up yet, but we do have a row of pepper starts that I transplanted not too long ago, maybe a week, and they're still doing really well out here. Now we have had quite a bit of rain, so that's helped keep everything growing and rooting and even flowering a little bit. So hopefully we get some peppers soon, because I sure miss having fresh peppers in our dinners. And right off the edge of the woven cloth, I did plant some watermelon seeds. They're the Crimson Sweets. So hopefully those will be coming up soon. I haven't seen any of them sprouting yet. And I did get my sweet corn patch planted. You can see these little pink flags on the four corners. And so I've got, I don't know, maybe about 100 stalks of sweet corn growing in there. And hopefully they'll start sprouting soon too. I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, there's some greenage in there, but that's mostly weeds and lawn clippings. And in this little side bed over here that's bricked off, we've got garlic that's doing fairly well. We planted that last fall. And there's some onions in here that are doing well. We just planted those a couple videos ago, so you can see they're coming up through here. Update on the peanuts, or the peanut experiment. I still have yet to see any peanut sprouts. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Nope, I still have yet to see any peanut sprouts. There's little bits of grass coming through, some weeds, but I haven't seen any peanut sprouts yet. So I'll keep you guys updated on that experiment. Now that vegetable garden we'll have to replant every spring and harvest it in the fall. But the perennials, or the things that grow year-round, like these fruit trees, we should be able to only have to plant once and then be able to harvest off of them indefinitely for the rest of what time we have left here anyway. So let's see, we've got some apricots, we've got apple tree, we've got some peach trees, like this one here. We've got cherry trees on down the row there, more peach and apple trees. So we've got quite a few of each. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cherry trees, 3 apple trees, an apricot tree, and 3 peach trees. So hopefully these will start producing soon. We haven't gotten any fruit off of them yet, but they're each only a couple of years old. So this is our fruit tree orchard, and it runs right along the side of the turkey run, or the turkey enclosure there. All right, I'm gonna take you up front and show you our berry garden where we have smaller fruits growing. So this is our berry garden, or berry area, and right now we've got some currants that are starting to produce some fruit. Now if you haven't had currants before, they're just small little balls of fruit, and they're pretty tart, kind of like a cranberry, but a lot smaller. And these ones that we have are the white variety, so they're actually kind of sweet also. And over here we've got our raspberry rows coming in nice and thick. I do cut these down pretty much to the ground over the winter. I take them a couple of sticks at a time and feed them to the rabbits as treats. So throughout the course of the winter, this all gets kind of cut down a little bit at a time. And it's coming back nice and thick already. We should have berries in June or July for sure. Back in the back here, we've got some flowering blackberry rows, and the same thing with the blackberries. I cut these back a little bit at a time through the winter to feed to the rabbits, but you can see they're already blossoming, so pretty soon we should have some blackberries coming in. And right across from those we have some blueberry plants going. And these blueberry plants are still fairly young. They're only a few years old, so they don't produce a lot, but it's enough for me and my husband to snack on a little. And I apologize for the rowdy, loud behavior over there right now, but it's about feeding time at the zoo. So that'll be the next video. And in the back of the berry garden, we have a fence line here that's covered in grapevines. This one's not really doing much. I'm not sure if it died over the winter. No, there's a little green leafage growing on it. It's just coming away kind of slow. So we've got one major grapevine here, and we've got another one over here. This one's obviously coming back. It's got lots of greenage on it. And in the very back corner here, we have what's left of my dad's rhubarb. He used to love making rhubarb pie, and it was probably one of the best things I ever had. So that's how we grow all our own meat, veggies, and fruit. We haven't bought any meat for 4 years, haven't bought any veggies or fruit other than an occasional bag of potatoes for the last 3 years. So hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of inspiration, a little motivation to let you know that you can grow your own food. Newsflash, food all comes from two things, plants and animals, both of which you can grow on your own property if you have a little space. So if you're looking for a little sustainability, a little food security, consider growing some plants, some animals, and good luck to y'all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these animals some food, and I'll make sure to get a video of that for the next time. Y'all have a good one. Bye.